Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today? Trust you're keeping well. Today we'll be discussing on the basics of Nigeria economic model. The basics of Nigeria economic model. You'll be hearing some figures that will make you scared. But the purpose of this section is not to scare you, but to get you prepared for what is ahead. Is to position you rightly so that you can benefit from the future profits. The basics of Nigeria economic model. According to World Poverty Clock, it was stated that 8,600 people move into extreme poverty every single day. Let me recap that. According to World Poverty Clock, it was stated that 8,600 people in Nigeria move into extreme poverty. 8,600 people every single day in Nigeria, they are moving into poverty. And what's causing this? It's nothing than inflation. Inflation is part of it. The removal of fuel subsidy is also part of it. It's also part of it. Excess importation is also part of it. So now, what is causing these things? Why is it that 8,600 people are moving into extreme poverty every single day? The major reason is that people are not okay. Just give me a minute. Why are people moving into extreme poverty? Just give me a minute. Yeah. So people are moving into extreme poverty every single day. Now, the question you need to start asking yourself is, what can I do in order for me not to join this percentage of people that are moving into extreme poverty? What can I start doing? How best can I position myself? What actions do I need to start taking? So I will not join this percentage of people that are moving into poverty. What do I need to start doing? How can I position myself? So you need to start asking yourself those questions. How you can position yourself. And now let's take a look at what Nigeria's gross domestic product will look like in 2024. It was projected that Nigeria's GDP will reach $235 billion in 2024. And what are those things that contains Nigeria's GDP? Number one is consumer spending. Consumer spending. Consumer spending. Presently, consumer spending has been declining. It has been declining. And this is due to the fuel subsidy and a lot of challenges. Lack of investment in human capital. That alone is enough. Is enough to move people into extreme poverty. Because a nation that only 0.8% of its GDP is invested into education. Now tell me, how can that nation grow? How can the nation get out of poverty? How? And it was stated that in 2024, Nigeria's global ranking fell to fourth largest economy in Africa. Fourth largest economy in Africa, leaving behind South Africa, Egypt, and Algeria. We are now the fourth largest economy. So this should tell you that government is not responsible for your financial situation. In fact, it is financial slavery for you to be expecting government to do what you can do. It is now left to individuals. What do you need to start doing right now? You need to start taking advantage of investment that will help you to grow your wealth. Whatever money you are making, you shouldn't joke with it. You should be very careful on how you spend your money, because making money is not easy. You should be very careful. 8,600 people fall into poverty every single day in Nigeria. 8,600. Now, as a Nigerian, you need to start positioning yourself. You need to start increasing your income. You need to start investing in assets. Start investing in assets. Assets will give you freedom. Now, let's take a look at the country's inflation rate. It has remained a concern with this projection. Guys, the poverty levels could rise to approximately 38.8% as consumers struggles to cope with higher living. You all see it, that prices of rent are increasing. People can't even access affordable housing. We all know that there's 28 million unit housing deficit in the country. And all this is based on inflation. Building materials has gone up. A bag of cement right now is 9,000 naira. This should tell you that there is an inflation in the economy. There's an inflation. So the way you can secure yourself, the way you can get yourself out of this poverty is by hedging your funds. Don't just make money and then you just spend money anyhow. No, this period is when you should be careful. Middle class people are moving into extreme poverty. They are moving into extreme poverty. They are moving. You should ask yourself, what do I need to start doing right now in order for me not to join the middle class people that are moving into poverty? The statistic is crazy. And this inflation, it will continue. Why? Because government, imagine, out of the whole world, Nigeria is the only one investing 0.8% in human capital development, which is education. Now tell me, how does that nation want to grow? So it is now left to you as an individual, as a Nigerian, to start hedging your funds against this inflation. That is the only best gift you can give yourself. And I will always recommend properties. Real estate is all you need to start doing right now. You need to start investing in real estate. And those things that contains a nation's gross domestic product. Number one, I mentioned consumer spending. Number two, investment. Number three, government spending. Number four, import. Number five, export. Now, your export should exceed your importation. Nigerians should be willing to convert their raw material into finished goods so they can export. These things alone, it will add to the growth of the economy. This year, it was recorded that Nigeria has, I think, about 3.19% growth in the economy. Imagine, 3.19% growth in the economy. Just 3.19%. As a Nigerian, what you need to start doing is to start developing yourself. Even if the government is not doing anything for you, self-educate yourself. Don't just stay there wasting. The best thing you can do is to start self-educating yourself. Invest in yourself. Jim Rohn will always say that when you work on yourself, you are working to make a fortune. But when you work on your job, you are working to make a living. So, what are you doing to work on yourself so you can make a fortune? Are you focusing on who you will become through the job you are presently in, or you just want to be doing your work? What you should focus on is who you will become in the process of that job, who you are becoming, because it is your becoming that will determine your fortune. It is your becoming, it is who you are becoming. That's what will determine your fortune in the marketplace. Be very strategic. Be strategic. Out of every 100 businesses, only one survive the first 10 years. This should tell you that the business world is volatile, is uncertain, is cumbersome, is ambiguous. Now, what do you need to do to bridge this gap? You need to start learning. You need to start getting mentorships. You need to start developing yourself. You need to start getting knowledge from those that have gotten the results that you're looking for. Because this is an economy where even the government will not help you. A call to those that have japa. In every problem, there's always a solution. The solution that is available is for you. It is now left to you whether you take it. It is left to you to start looking around for solutions that you can solve. What problems can you solve? Number one problem that I know about is the 28 million housing unit deficit. As an investor looking at investing your money in an asset, you should be looking at real estate because the population is increasing. Taking a look at 1960, when we gained independence, population increased from 40 million people to over 230 million people. That's over 100% within 1960 and this period. And it was projected that by 2030, this population will double. So this should tell you that the Nigeria economy, we are growing in population, but we are not growing in terms of our economy. So it is now left to you as an individual. Do you want to operate on Nigeria's economy or you want to build your own economy? It is your personal economy that will determine your fortune. When you work on yourself, you are working on your fortune. So what are you doing today to build wealth? What systems are you building that will enable you to build wealth in 2030? It was predicted that by 2020 things will be better. But what are the signs that things will be better? What are the signs? What sign are you seeing? A nation where importation is more than exportation. This alone is making people to fall into poverty every single day. Imagine 8,600 people. They fall into poverty in Nigeria every day. And this is due to decline of consumers' purchasing power. The middle class, their purchasing power keeps declining as the inflation keeps increasing. So as an individual living in Nigeria, it is left to you to start working on yourself. This nation, Nigeria, invested just 0.8% of our GDP into education. This should tell you that the government is not even interested in human capital development. They care less about human capital development. Imagine a nation investing 0.8. 0.8. Can you imagine? That is very poor. Very poor. It is left to you as an individual to start working hard on yourself than you do on your job. Your job is just for you to make a living. What you do on yourself will make you fortune. So as you are making money, be very intentional. Be very intentional. Don't be foolish. Don't be foolish. Be smart. Be smart. Don't spend money anyhow. When you see your friends spending money anyhow, don't even join them. Don't join them. Don't join them. In 2024, consumer spending in Nigeria is projected to face significant pressures, primarily due to rising and decreasing disposable income. Key factors influencing this trend includes the removal of fuel subsidies. Guys, you should be very careful with the way you spend your money. Be very careful. Don't spend money on useless things. This is not the right time to start going to those parties. No, you shouldn't start going to parties now. this is a bad time to start partying. This is the best time to start investing because your purchasing power keeps declining every day. Your purchasing power keeps losing value to inflation. Now, let me now give you these statistics. Presently, inflation rate is 35.15%. Let me shock you. If you have 5 million naira in your bank account, let me tell you what your 5 million naira can do. Taking a look at inflation rate as 35.15%. If you have 5 million naira in your bank account, let me tell you see, whatever you have in your bank account right now, forget it. It is the purchasing power based on our inflation calculation that will determine what the money in your bank account can do for you. Let's say you have 5 million naira in your bank account, that is 35.15%, which is the inflation rate, divided by 100 gives us 0.3515. Then we will now multiply this by the 5 million you have in your bank account. Then it will give us 1,757,500 minus the 5 million you have in your bank account. So if you have 5 million in your bank account, what that 5 million naira can do is only something of 3,242,500. You see now that even the money that you are trying to secure in your bank account is working against you. It's not even working out for you, it's working against you. So as an investor, what we need to start doing is, what can you start doing right now in order for you to make your money work hard for you? What do you need to start doing right now for your money not to be working against you? The only thing I will recommend to you is investment in real estate. Real estate is always appreciating in value. Real estate will always give you the best value you want for your money. With real estate, your money can't go, but you need to do your due diligence. It is your due diligence that will help you to make a good investment decision when it comes to real estate. I hope this short message has been able to bless you. Don't forget that 8,600 people move into extreme poverty according to the World Poverty Club every single day in Nigeria. For you not to fall into this percentage of people that move into poverty, you need to start strategically investing in assets that will make you have an edge. And don't forget that Nigeria's currency since 1981 has declined by 273,000%. Imagine a currency that keeps declining and you are working hard to save that currency. Are you foolish or you are wise? You should be working hard to invest that currency that has declined by 273,000% from 1981 to 2024. You should be thinking on how you can invest that money. Imagine a currency that keeps on deflating every single day. Can you imagine? You need to start thinking of possible ways that you can hedge your funds against inflation. Don't forget that the system of Nigeria economy is not designed to make you wealthy. It is what you do with what you know, the opportunities you can see around you, because in every chaos, in every problem, in every challenges, there are always opportunities. So it is now left to you to maximize the opportunities you have around you. It is left to you to either search for the status quo or you fight for your freedom. How can you fight for your freedom? By spotting opportunities, by providing value. In fact, a nation that is underdeveloped has more potential, but you don't know. Instead, many people they kept on escaping out of the country, and you think escaping is the solution. You need to sit down, look for problems, solve problems, and then make money. When you make money, you impact the next generation. All you should be doing right now is how you can get yourself into financial freedom, how you can learn about financial freedom, financial literacy. The Nigerian economic model is not designed to make you wealthy, but designed to enrich the government. How did I know this? Investment in human capital is one of the things that built the United States, which has the strongest economy in the world. The United States, they invested in human capital development. Nigeria is 0.8% of their GDP, of our GDP, only invested on human capital development. And then this is why we have a lot of children that are out of schools. They just make education to be unaccessible. A lot of middle class are falling into poverty every single day. And if you are not careful, you might join that percentage of 8,600 people that fall into poverty every day. The only way you can save yourself is by investing in assets, investing in yourself, becoming that better version of yourself, providing value, solving business problems, becoming a solution provider and not part of the problem to be solved. These are the only ways that you can deliver yourself from the terrible economy of Nigeria. Even in this economic challenge, people are making money. They are creating massive wealth. It's left to you to make your decisions. My name is Pelumi Awodia. I'm a real estate expert in Nigeria. I help both Nigerians and diaspora acquire property to maximize their profits and to also live their dreams. I look into their goals with my team, and then we recommend properties that will give them the highest return on their investment. And I can help you do the same thing. You can reach out on 08101156057 or send us an email, contact@propertyevangelist.com. Whatever way you want to, whatever aspect of real estate you want to do, we are there for you. Thank you for watching to this time. Bye for now. Love you. I want to see you win. I want to ensure that you do all it takes in order for you not to join the 8,600 people that move into extreme poverty in Nigeria every single day, according to the World Poverty Clock. But the only step you must take is to invest in assets. Assets will give you an edge. Assets will make you a controller of your personal economy. Investing in assets will help you to have lesser hope on the government, because the government is not designed to make you wealthy. It's designed to make them wealthy. So it is left to you to make your decisions. Don't forget that the more quality decisions you make daily, the better your financial position. It is left to you to either choose the lifestyle you want for yourself and your family, or you settle for the status quo. Bye for now. Love you.